Staunching the excess bleeding from their encounter with the Velstrak, the heroes aimed for a more subtle approach, with Tulok using his power to sneak up to the Velstrak and retrieve the die in secret. From there, they headed northward, leaving the feral Velstrak to its own devices once again. Finding a hall with 3 small prison cells, the heroes looked for any evidence of valuables left behind, like in so many places in this God's forsaken place. And just like in so many places, they were attacked by yet another unknown deformity of the dark, as piles of rotted flesh and sinew sprung to flesh-warped unlife. Another chaotic brawl ensued, and the heroes saw victory, but not without high risk, and the retreat of Tulok alone, separating the party. But victory, nonetheless.
Welcome back, listeners. 2 years plus 1. We're still going, motherfuckers. Thought
3
you could
years?
take us down. You can't. You've tried, but you can't.
Scotty and the Zoo has taken a real kind of hardline turn here.
We went political.
Scotty the Zoo has gone anarchy and anti-establishment.
Scotty and the Zoo is calling on you to mobilize.
That was much like Scott in his university years. All right. So, I was thinking, Halloween just passed, theoretically.
Every time you do that, James dies a little inside.
I mean, you could just commit to it. Like, you don't have to remind them that we're recording this in the past. Like, we could just keep it current.
It's way funnier this way.
No, I'm aware. My fiance loves to do this to me as well. She knows exactly how to make me cringe.
Oh, God, it's so good.
All right. Well, speaking of cringing, I'm interested in if you guys have any Halloween traditions.
If by tradition you mean my tendency to come up with really good ideas of what to dress up as 6 months before Halloween, forget what they are, and then not bother for my entire life, that would be mine.
I mean, that sure is a tradition. It's sad, very sad. But yeah,
James is dressing up right now as we speak. I don't know what that thing is, but
it's a Cobra, not Cobra Commander. It's a Cobra side, or is it?
It's a Cobra Viper helmet. I don't know if this is going to come through on mic at all.
listeners, the audio is not broken.
It's just become clear that they have an interior microphone when they're speaking in the Cobra Command.
I have taken a screenshot before it came off. We'll maybe post that later on if we remember.
All right, James, tell us what it is.
Nothing. I don't have any routines. I don't do holidays.
No, tell us about the mask.
So there used to be this guy out in Detroit who would hand make like helmets and masks, and he got started doing the 501st Legions. It was called Pit Viper Studios. He used to do all kinds of stuff. I don't know if he still does. This was when I commissioned this. It took about 9 months to make. It's all handmade. It's hand molded fiberglass. custom fit to my head. Obviously not with the beard, as I'm sure you can tell by the screenshot. The beard needs to be trimmed if I'm going to wear it. But it's a Cobra Viper helmet, circa version 1, not the version 2 helmet, and it's just a regular Viper. It's not Python Patrol or Crimson Viper, because they are, as far as I can tell, the best grunts out of any like large scale faction. Just a big fan of G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
All right.
Big
Shout out
G.I.
to
Joe
anyone
fan.
that got a nerd bone over that. Here you go.
If we lose track of this screenshot, listeners, just ask James in the Discord where this comes out. He'll send you a picture, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The plan was to get a full costume and like a Britney Spears mic and just go to open mics dressed as a Cobra Viper and just play.
Play what?
Just like an acoustic set. I got a couple of songs that I wrote, and like covers. There was an Indiana Jones like themed version of Dr. Jones by Aqua from the perspective of Short Round.
Ooh.
It's a real broad appeal.
Big
stuff.
fan of that one.
Dr. Joe. Oh,
Yeah. I all of a sudden wasn't able to sing it anymore.
yeah, I almost started going and I stopped immediately.
Yeah.
So you don't like to watch any horror movies, listen to the Monster Mash, nothing like that?
No, I mean, I don't really do horror movies. I'll listen to like some horror punk, but that's not because of Halloween. That's just because it's good. I used to every year go see the Matadors and Hellcat and the Prowl at Call the Office, back in London, Ontario. Like every year when I lived there, all 5 years I would go, but nothing anymore. There's not any like good, solid local psychobilly shows as far as I know of.
I rewatched Hocus Pocus last Halloween.
There you go.
That's not bad.
That's something.
If I have a tradition at all, it might be that, although it's not very consistent.
So you mean the one that released last year, right? That's the only.
No, I
Hocus
didn't watch.
Pocus
I haven't
know
watched
of.
Hocus Pocus 2. I haven't watched the sequel. I've heard it's meh, but I plan on watching it. But maybe this year, we'll see.
I do Over the Garden Wall every Halloween ever since that came out. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's a little like
No.
8-episode cartoon. I forget who the creator is, but it's really, really good. It has Elijah Wood in the starring role, and it is fan-fucking-tastic. It's my
Is it
favorite little
spooky?
spookies. It's age appropriate spooky for kids and stuff, but I still find it has a broad appeal for adults.
Okay.
And it
It's a
really
Cartoon
takes you
Network
back.
show.
Yeah, it's great. Over the Garden Wall. Check it out, folks.
Christopher Lloyd's in it too. Nice.
Sweet.
That dude is still alive. Good for him.
Yeah, he has been 80 since the 70s.
Yeah.
He's been 80 ever since he did Taxi.
Love just a guy who just stays old. All right. Well, I like to watch horror movies, so I'll watch a bunch of those.
What's your favorite movie, Scott?
What's my favorite movie? I don't know what my favorite movie is right now, but I'm like really into. I mean, it's kind of cliche right now to be like I'm into A24 movies, but they've had me pretty enraptured for the last couple of years. So
Same.
I just had a flashback. I'm sorry to interrupt. Does anyone
okay, I was
remember
going nowhere.
it was either on Teletoon or on YTV, the Spookathon? Does anyone
Oh,
remember that?
yes. Fuck yeah.
Where they would replay the Simpsons Halloween episode, and then there would be back-to-back Freaky Stories and Are You Afraid in the Dark and Goosebumps episodes all day long. We used to do that every year. when I
There's
was a
no
kid.
way that was Teletoon. I can tell
It
you
was
that.
YTV.
Probably YTV then.
Yeah, I remember that for sure. I love that shit.
I don't know if it was YTV. I mean,
Yeah,
Freaky Stories is YTV, but The Simpsons is owned by Fox, and they didn't really
I mean,
license
that was
Yeah,
my
no,
next
they
one.
had
It
to-
could have been Fox, but
The Simpsons was going all over the place. Like CBC bought it, and YTV had bought it for a little bit too, just
People
for
could license it.
certain
Oh, I know-
blocks.
okay.
But
yeah.
it was every year we used to love that shit. We'd come home from trick or treating and then throw on YTV and like stay up late watching Freaky Stories and getting stomach
Very
aches and
distinct
stuff.
memories of Freaky Stories and like the cockroach and everything. Yeah.
the maggot. Yeah,
The maggot, yeah.
that show is single-handedly responsible for getting me into like audio dramas. 'Cause
Oh, yeah?
all of those stories were just retellings of this audio show called The Clock.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of them.
It happened to a friend of mine.
Yep, that's
so
how The Clock starts. Like, it's really good.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great show. I loved that one.
Well, if I can shout out one more childhood tradition that you may or may not remember, it was Much Music had its Halloween playlist, which
Oh, yeah.
included Meatloaf, because
Bat Out of Hell.
No. I would do anything for love because the music video is hella creepy.
Okay.
And Thriller, among other very fun videos. So that was another good one.
I'm sure my older sisters were more watching that than I was, but I was into cartoons for a while.
My brother and I used to watch The Craft every year, but
Oh, The Craft.
it
That's
wasn't
a
a
good one.
Halloween
That's a
thing.
good one,
That was
yeah.
just a reason for us to watch The Craft.
Yeah, that's just good.
Shout out Firuza Balk.
Firuza Balk was a tyrant in her day, man. She took off when Hollywood got all weird for her. Good for her. She was awesome,
Yeah.
though.
I think she's back.
Is she?
I don't know. Scott, do your segue.
Segue, go.
Well, speaking of monster mashes, let's look at these mashed up, disgusting creatures we just killed. Or the bigger
you're already-
one.
You already did. Oh, the bigger one. That works.
Bigger one. Okay.
I kind of lost the
bigger
plot
one, known
halfway
as
through
the
there.
Shanrigal Monster Mashup. I hope you did some healing off air because that's sometimes really boring. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. If we
Sort
got the time
yourselves
and
out.
the compass and the
Sort yourselves out and tell me how long it took, so I can get the clock going. But you had a bit of a fiasco there, but you walked away with some pretty sweet loot, and I of course enticed you to try and find some more. You have absolutely effectively cleared the entire 5th level. There were no secrets left behind.
Okay.
You're coming closer to your platinum trophy.
Yeah, I think we can
As
probably
you
call it quits here.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished. Good work.
Mission accomplished banner.
How did we heal up Tulok?
We didn't. I just set it up.
Okay. How far down were you? Because I need to do the math.
I had 14. Just ballpark it. Tell Freeman 45 minutes.
Yeah, with
It actually is 43 minutes.
Perfect.
yep.
I counted for an extra 15 or so for the traveling around and getting in there in combat. We'll call it an hour. Move on.
Yeah. Krucka got a nat 20 on his nature check, and he has
Nice.
a compass. Feeling invigorated. Let's go fight a blob.
All right, you got a sling, a pretty sweet belt, and what was the other thing?
The wand of Gatling missiles.
Oh yeah, the manifold missile. That's such a sick item. I love that thing. What do you do now?
Krucka's gonna get out a hammer, since that if we're gonna fight a blob, I'm not gonna slash it that much, I don't think. But are we gonna fight a blob?
I mean, we can.
I don't know. I'm not in love with fighting the blob.
Let me throw something at you real quick before you consider fighting the blob. I didn't mean to say go for that right now. Just wanted to really properly think about it. You still have some stuff available to you on the next level that you haven't explored.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
We also haven't gone down the circular stairwell, aka the lighthouse building. And I know that below there to the northwest is a bunch of shit we haven't explored. So we can go down there and just see what that's like. Try it out.
What direction do you want to go down? You want to just go down the circular staircase here?
Tulok says yes.
Okay. That's what we are going to do. There should be a button there for you now to go down, thanks to the Foundry modules.
I'm down, baby.
Nice.
Downtown.
Oh yeah.
Now, question. Freeman,
Yes.
Barn.
Mhm.
Do the stairs keep going down?
Oh, they do. Yep.
And how much further down would you say they go?
So yeah, reminder here, it goes down like another 30, 40 feet. Over the handrail, it's a 40-foot drop. And at this point, you can smell like sulfury brimstone, like aromas that come from below.
So if I look down there, do I think it's just one more stairway, like one more level, or multiple levels?
Well, it looks like it could go down further, but like the center of this circle, right here. So like the floor above and the floor you're on now, it's just a big drop. But the next floor down, it is a floor in the middle of this circle. So it looks as though it stops.
Copy that.
Yeah, cool.
We have been down here. This is where we took the ghost.
You've
to
been
escape.
here, yeah. Just not literally where you see in the center of that circle. You have not been down there yet. It goes down further, one more level. Yeah. These you have these 2 levels. Level 5 and 6 are like borderline open concept, which I mentioned before, right?
Ooh, like a good kitchen.
But you've definitely been here. In fact, you've been here, and you actually at one point followed the band, the Battle of the Bandsmith, to this point to watch them go back up to the service.
What were they called? The Gravediggers?
No, Shadow Malice.
Same thing.
And in this circular room, there is a northern wall that's transparent that allows you to see into like the lake that you all properly guessed was where the little bounding things had dropped
And got eaten.
Yeah. But otherwise, to the west of that room, there is this sort of octagonal room with a door to the west, and there is a 10-foot wide hallway that leads south with a double door to the west of that hallway, or along the west side of that hallway. And at the end of that hallway is, if you head east at the end of the hallway, that's where you hit up the tavern. But to the west at the end of that hallway is another double doors you have not investigated. So you have a single door, a double door, and another double door, all of which have not been investigated.
What is at the top, the very north? There's something on the map.
Oh, it's just, I think it's just a torch. Yeah, it's just like a little lantern.
Sconce.
Thank you.
All right. Tulok will move to the west towards the single door.
And like you could, this room too, like just for perspective, like when you get to the center of the room, if you look up, you can see the grate from the floor where the Valstrack was above your head.
Yes.
Can I just magic missile up through the through the grate and hit the Velstrack?
Krucka would like to start searching the walls as they enter, going clockwise.
Okay. Searching around, but nothing is noticed.
Tulok does the door stuff.
Does the door stuff, takes a look. No traps, no detected magic. No sounds of anything.
Tulok opens the door.
It does it real slowly.
And it opens to a narrow cave. Basically unhewn stone that sort of loops around to the north and then east back around towards where the lake is.
Being a completionist, Tulok will avoid notice, walking
Going for a
down
swim.
and around the corner until he can see that it meets up with the lake.
Okay. So as you go, it sort of extends out to slowly to a larger cave. Lots of variations to the walls. They're very mossy, and the whole cave is pebble strewn. Ceiling's about 30 feet high, and you can see the eventually as you go, you can see like sort of the window from the circular room before. You're slowly descending as you go into this cave as well. You're going a little bit down and down, so it's by the time you get far enough, you can see that you've gone down about 15 feet below the room you were just in. So it descends quite a bit. But otherwise, you just hear like echoes of just like dripping water, and the moss actually, Krucka, you can tell right away, looks like something very edible.
Salad. Salad!
Salad! You don't make friends with salad. You don't make friends with salad.
Does it keep? Can you grab like a handful? Take it with you?
Sure, if you like.
Okay. Handful of seaweed.
Just grab a chunk, have a bite. It's actually really tasty. Literally described in the adventure edible, and in fact surprisingly tasty.
Ooh, piquant.
Okay, I think Tulok turns and sees Krucka hoarding moss into his shirt,
Nibbling the walls.
I'm not hoarding. I can stop anytime I want.
But Tulok will turn and exit because he has no interest in searching this area right now.
Okay.
So they leave.
Okay, back out. You've got at least a view of it now. You move on and back towards the room in the hallway.
That's right. We're going to the double doors, mid hall, west side.
Okay. Double doors. Do your thing. Avoiding notice. Take a little feel around. No traps. No sounds.
Scouting.
No nothing. Yeah, sure. A little bit of magic.
Oh. What type of magic and where?
Transmutation. Seems to be a couple things ahead of you.
Okay. Tulok relays this to his companions, and avoiding notice will enter the room.
Okay, cracks the door, enters the room. And you see a room that's got like covered in metal shelves all around. There's a couple operating tables sort of askew. That sort of hint perhaps the original purpose of the room. There are clean bones and bits of rusted metal that lie in piles throughout the rest of the room. And amongst these things are these two yellow gelatinous mounds that begin to stir as soon as you step forward. And we're going to waste no time and roll for initiative.
Okay, so I guess we're fighting oozes regardless.
Yep.
I'm not interested.
Just not interested.
Also, hey, for a hero point, is this the room underneath the other room where the beds would move and then the things would come down?
It sure is. Go ahead.
You don't
and
have
take
to give me a hero
one.
point because I was...
Go for it.
All right.
Go for it. Yeah, hell yeah. I know you're efficient, but that's a good call. That's exactly what it was. Where you actually like triggered one of these at one point. I think Kraka did out of curiosity. But yeah, those tables above like dropped the bodies that were on those slabs above and dropped them into this room.
Oh, yeah.
And these things have put those bodies to use, it seems. Let's get some initiative. Tulok, what do you get?
21.
Okay. Kraka.
20. That's it.
Okay. And sorry.
27.
All right. 27, go. Izori, top of the round.
First action, she will step into the room past Tulok. Second action, she will start humming to herself very gently, and then it gets louder and louder as the sonic blast comes out as she casts Haunting Hymn with her next two actions.
Ooh. I like. What does it do?
What does it do?
That is a... Oh, it's not even going to hit. It's a 15-foot cone.
Oh yeah, you're in a pretty big room. We for the listeners, we're looking at like a 40-foot long and 25-foot wide room.
Yeah, instead she'll just cast Phase Bolt, the one in the south.
Nice. Okay.
Don't worry, they'll be closer soon enough.
That's a 30 to hit.
That is a hit.
That is 14 points of piercing, which I'm sure they're resistant to.
It appears to zip right through the creature, and it seems completely and utterly unaffected.
So I don't think I'm going to be particularly effective against these, as piercing appears to just strike through.
Indeed. That's your turn? All right. The one closest to you is going to start to slowly clamber its way over. And it is going to use a pseudopod on you, Izori, for a 21 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. And follow up with another one and also miss with another 21. Tulok.
All right, Tulok will do a recall knowledge on these gross
That's probably
witches.
for the best.
What would you like?
Oh, sorry. I'll call this in, please.
Natural fucking 20.
Oh, come on!
On my recall knowledge.
Nice.
That's 2 combats in a row.
Tell me everything, baby.
It's like you know everything about gelatinous creatures. Yes, this is an ooze. It is mindless. It is called an ochre jelly. It is. It's got quite a few immunities. It's got a very low AC. It's immune to crits, though. Along with acid, electricity, mental, piercing, precision, slashing, unconscious, and visual. So your slashing is no good here. Neither is your piercing, amongst other things. Its highest save is Fortitude. It's got a real low reflex and a very middling will save. It will try to strike you and grab you and constrict you. Not much different from the other ones. And it's got motion sense. It will split if Hold on. Reading this here. Yeah, will split if hit properly. The acid damage that it deals is atypical. It only affects flesh and does not affect bone, stone, wood, or other materials, just for the record. And if hit by an attack or effect that would deal slashing, piercing, or electricity damage, the Orgelli has at least 10 HP. It splits into 2 identical with half the HP. Well, wouldn't you believe it? That's literally the first thing that Izori did to it. I don't mind telling you that the moment one of these splits, it becomes a very dangerous situation. And you want to avoid that at all costs. I have been here on one of our collabs. It's not released. I don't know when it's coming out, but it's a thing. It's a thing, just so you know. What do you do next, Tulok?
Tulok, with his next 2 actions, will hurl a piece of wood at the southern... Well, basically the one that's right in their grill.
Whoa. Who said there was any wood in the room?
I see it.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh,
No crit.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, no crit, unfortunately, but that's great. Which one are you attacking? Sorry?
The one that is right in front of us.
Right up in your goodies. Okay. All right, how much damage?
18 points of bludgeoning.
18 bludgeoning, very good. Well, blam. It takes it on the proverbial chin, as it were, pretty well. These things are easy to hit, but they are bulky. Krucka, you're up.
Krucka, step to the south and toss in a hammer.
Tossing a hammer.
His +1 returning light hammer at that southernmost jelly. That's a clear line of sight, right? Open door.
Yeah, you should be fine there. It's borderline, but you're good. You're kind of going over Tulok's shoulder.
He's small.
Even with that's your cover, there's almost no way you're not going to hit. So, natural one's your only downside here.
19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Fuck yeah. 10 bludgeoning.
Okay, 10 bludge. Very good.
And
else?
He'll just toss back with a map -4.
Okay,
17 to hit.
that hits.
Fuck. 11
Yep.
bludge.
There you go. I told you they're easy to hit.
Smacking that jelly.
Is next up is one of the ochre jellies at the end that got split, and it is going to head over towards Zori. It's slow moving though, and it's gonna slowly creep over and throw a pseudopod out for 18 to hit.
Miss.
Let me just get myself in the proper position here. There we go. Okay, that's a miss. Okay, bummer. And the one that split from it is going to also start crawling forward. Doesn't have reach, however, though, so it's kind of can't really get to you right now. But you're getting really boxed in almost. Zori, what do you get?
Now she's going to cast Haunting Him.
Oh wait, that 50 cone's now gonna hit? Who the fuck?
Yeah, she's going to do the 2 directly in front of her to the...
To the west.
Can you not get all 3?
No, when they're right up in your grill, it doesn't work that quite as well.
Real cool burn.
Yeah, so that's a DC 25 basic reflex save.
Okay, so again, reflex save.
Or
Oh,
basic
this is-
fortitude. Sorry,
Okay,
fortitude.
I was gonna say. Okay, this is my best one. 17, followed by a 33.
All right, 33 is a critical success, so no damage. The 17 is a regular fail, so that'll be 9 points of Sonic.
9 Sonic, very nice. That's a cool. Is that a cantrip? That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's a cantrip.
I lo-
That's the one Cam hates.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We're talking about it with Cam. But Cam's a filthy min-maxer.
Shout out Cam's min-maxing ways.
Yeah, they're invaluable.
Okay, cool.
Last action, she'll cast Nudge Fate on Tulok.
Nice.
What do Nudge Fate do?
Anytime you would miss by 1, be it an attack roll, skill check, or saving throw, and a +1 bonus would either change the level of effect. You get that +1 bonus retroactively. So if you fail a save DC 29 or DC 30 and you roll 29, you would just get that bonus to it.
But he's got to sustain
Sweet.
it. Yeah, but it's retroactive. It's really cool. All right, that's your turn. Next up is the original Ochre Jelly, which is now going to strike at Tulok for a 19. Ooh, I am rolling.
Miss.
Right. Let's follow up with another one towards Azori for a 28.
That's a hit.
Okay, that's going to be 17 damage altogether. 4 of which is bludgeoning, and sorry, more than 4. But some of his 4 is bludgeoning and 6 is acid.
Okay.
Math. 11 is bludgeoning. Sorry, 6 is acid.
I've only got resistance 1 negative. So.
Okay, no worries then. And it will spend an action to grab you because that's what they do. Next up, Tulok.
Okay, Tulok, who has the Wand of Manifold Missiles in his hand, having just received it,
Yep.
will fire a 3-action burst at the Ochre Jelly to the southern.
Okay.
Or, no. I guess technically the ones that split have less health.
That's right. Yep. Remember the lesson from the last fight. I mean, the one that south has Azori. The one that south that does have Azori, but the other one's definitely lower.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot the one to the northmost for 15 points of force damage.
Very good. Okay, bam, bam, bam. Perfect. And the manifold missile wand is active. As long as it's in your hand, will keep launching around the end or the start of your next turns. I mean, I hate to be nitpicky here, but did you have that out when you started?
Never put it away after I got it.
All right.
I'm gonna need this.
Krakow, what do you got?
First 2 actions will be Ring of the Ram to that westernmost, or the jelly that's right next to Azori.
Okay, the one that just get hit with the magic missiles.
Yep. DC 22 Fortitude, please.
25.
Okay, so that is a regular success. You will take 5 damage, and you get pushed back 5 feet.
5 feet. Boom. Okay. Very good.
And then third action, he's going to toss that hammer at the southernmost jelly just to avoid cover.
Okay.
27.
That hits.
11 bludge.
11 bludge. Very good. All right. Next up is the one you just pushed back. It's now forced to step forward again, wasting an action. And we'll strike at Izori for a 22 to hit. Flat-footed.
Yep, me to beat.
Oh, this is not good. That's going to be 15 damage. And it is also going to latch onto you. Now you're double grabbed.
Cool.
Sadly, the third one still can't really get in. So it is kind of just nudging up against these things, really trying to get a reach. Izori, what do you got?
How many escape checks do I need to get out of 2 pseudopods?
Yeah, and also, is that legit, or are you just saying that?
No, it's legit. And 1 for each. One's got a hold of your leg, one's got a hold of your arm. Like
Math checks out there.
You've got multiple spots to be grabbed onto.
Okay, so she will first attempt an acrobatics to get out of the southernmost one.
Okay.
It's a natural 20 for a 35.
Backflipping out of that pseudopod.
Okay, what does a critical success give you for an escape check? We got to check that out.
You get free and remove the grab, demobilized, or restrained condition imposed by your target. You can then stride up to 5 feet.
Yeah, fuck it. You break free from both with this. I can stride 5 feet.
Hell yeah.
And that's what a natural 20 gets you, baby.
Fuck yeah.
She'll absolutely do that.
Okay. You just one fell swoop, just like, ah! And then step away, and now you're getting next to the one door that's still closed. So you kind of boxed in. What else you got?
Step out. Let's just try to lure these fuckers out of this room.
Yeah, so her second action will be to interact to open the door.
Okay.
And third action will be to step out. And then her final action will be to spend a focus point to cackle and keep a nudge fate going on Tulok.
Oh, free action?
Yeah, to cackle's a free action.
Nice. What does an Azori cackle sound like? Do you have it prepared?
No, I'm not ready yet. My plan is to record it and throw it on the Stream Deck as like an MP3. So I only ever have to do it once. But I have not been able to nail it yet in that like husky rolled R kind of voice.
And listeners, you
Yeah,
can make
wait
that
for
your ringtone down the line.
If you subscribe to Patreon,
Anybody at the $5 tier on Patreon can have it as their ringtone.
yes, that's amazing. Okay, that's your turn. Very good. That is going to bring us to the ochre jelly to the south, and it is going to start attacking Tulok. Pseudopod, 20 to hit. Followed by a 16, followed by a natural 1. Not great at all. Tulok, what do you got?
All right, Tulok will follow Azori's lead and stride out.
Wrong. First, you have a magic missile launching out of your wand.
Right.
You're welcome.
Bang, 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 bang.
Roll me 1 magic missile.
4 points of damage to the northernmost creature.
All right. Very nice. Okay, and then you.
And then covering his retreat with said magic missile, he will stride to the other side of Krucka in the hallway.
Okay.
And will send a rock flying at the northernmost creature, a telekinetic projectile. That is a 23 to hit for 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Big ol' hit.
You'll be safe behind my broad shoulders.
Speaking of which, what do you got, Krucka?
Tossing one at the northernmost ooze. Jelly thing, 30 to hit.
30 is a hit.
Just a hit?
No crits.
They're immune to crits.
Oh, right. 8 bludge.
Sorry, it was the same one?
Yep.
Okay, 8 bludge.
Same thing with the hammer, map -4.
Okay,
15 to hit.
that hits.
11 bludge.
Nice. Like one of the few times a third attack might not go to waste.
Yeah, might as well. 17 to hit, another 8 bludge.
That hits. Yeah, you've destroyed the first ochre jelly.
That
Hurrah.
seemed to
Some of the lowest rolls
almost
that
not
we can
worth
have
it.
at this level. It's still effective.
See you on the buffet table, motherfucker.
That's French, listeners.
All right. Next up is the ochre jelly that couldn't get in, and now it's going to try. It's going to start moving forward and get its squeeze on next to the wall here, and it's going to throw Pseudopod at Krucka for a 23 to hit.
It does not.
Damn. And a second one for a 24?
Nope.
Damn it. Okay. I am rolling
I
terrible.
mean, I want you to hit me.
Izora, you're up. You're doing a lot better this time around, guys.
Izori is going to reach over and touch Krucka's axe, casting Echoing Weapon, and it resonates with this sound.
I just want to clarify, you said touch Krucka's axe. Okay.
So
Was it the head or the haft?
The haft.
Have to.
So at the end of next turn, if you do like however many times you strike, this will release sonic damage.
And just to be clear, you're doing it to the hammer that he's holding, not the axe.
Sure, whatever you're throwing.
Good distinction. Good distinction.
Yes. Good,
Yeah,
good
here's
work,
the crazy part about playing a spellcaster is I can no longer concentrate on anybody else's turn.
son. Yeah, especially the brand
Welcome
new
to my
spellcaster.
life.
Fair.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen.
It also makes me excited to see all these new things.
Yeah. Her last action, she will focus on the Nudge Fate with Tulok.
Okay, sustaining that. Next up is the ochre jelly to the south. It's going to squeeze its way towards that door and attack Krucka as well. Natural 20.
Okay, well, shit. That hits, but he's at least going to fly into a rage with Wounded Rage.
Nice. Okay, 24 points of damage overall. Bludgeoning and acid, sorry.
Now, here's a question. If I use the reaction to go into rage, would that effect take place before the damage goes through?
That depends. What does rage offer you?
What's the trigger?
The Wounded Rage trigger is
taking damage.
Taking
Right?
damage.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it would
yeah,
go
okay.
after. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. So you're gonna
just
take that
wanted
24
to-
before the temp HP, but I mean, doesn't make too much of a difference. However, you are going to be grabbed as a result of that as its next action, and it's going to pseudopod you one more time with a natural 1.
Yeah.
Tulak, you're out.
Does it crit fail its way out of the grab?
You wish.
I do, yeah. I mean, a critical success is an auto grab, so shouldn't a crit
Yeah,
fail
but like
be
one
able-
pseudopod is wrapped around them, and another one just launches out. Not the same one.
All right.
They don't have one pod.
Actually, I
launcher.
made a mistake there, but I'm going to stick by it. I should have constricted you, but that's my bad.
Yep.
You take
Second
6 force damage
Which one?
from the northernmost.
Okay. Manifold missile.
6 force
nice.
damage. Bang, bang. And then I stride
That's 2 of
10
10.
feet to the north
Yep.
and will attack, sending yet another stone. 24 to hit,
That hits.
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Very good. Lots of damage rolling through here. I love it.
And Tulak is working his way north up the hallway to try to get them single file.
Okay. Kaka, you're grabbed and raged. What do you got?
Yeah. Sorry, which one is grabbing me?
The one, whatever the previous,
Dragging my wrist.
the one to the south.
But the one to the north is the one that had split off.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to strike with the light hammer
Okay.
to the one directly to the west, the one that split off. 29 to hit.
It's
14 damage, 4 fire, 10 bludge. Map -4, 23 to hit. 11 damage, 4 fire.
nice.
And fuck it. Natural 1 on the last one.
Okay. It's literally the only time you could miss, I think.
Yep. And he did it in a spectacular fashion.
And the echoing weapon will deal 2 sonic damage.
Oh, 2 sonic damage. Nice. Okay. All right. 2 sonic. Love it. Just one time? It's the next strike, is it?
No, the duration is 1 minute.
Oh, so for
Okay,
it
so yeah,
hits
both
twice
those
then.
strikes.
What do you mean?
Is it two? He hit twice.
Yeah, so it's 1 sonic damage per strike.
Oh, per strike. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so that's 2 sonic damage, but the effect lasts for a minute. So every time he
Okay.
hits these creatures for a minute, it will deal 1 sonic damage after. Yeah.
Bang that drum.
All right. Well, the weaker ochre jelly is going to strike. 18 to hit, followed by natural 1, rolling a lot of those, and a 7 cannot pin you down, Krucka. Izori.
Nimbly bimbly like a cat.
Izori's first 2 actions will be telekinetic projectile on the weakened one.
Okay.
That is an 18 to hit.
You know it. They get AC 12, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, good to know.
That's 15 points of bludgeoning on the northernmost one.
Yep, no problem.
And then I would like to use my last action to ready an aid to help Krucka escape, should that be his ambition.
Okay.
And then she will use another focus point and a free action to,
Continue the cackle.
continue to cackle to sustain the nudge fate.
Scott, tell me what you think Azori's cackle sounds like. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Okay, that ringtone's free.
Krucka, roll me a fortitude save.
Roll yourself a fortitude save, Baron. No, I'll do it. 32.
That is,
You really got him there, Dunk.
you're going to take
Folded like a house of cards.
4 of bludgeoning and acid damage. Roll me another one.
30.
You're going to take it's going to be 7 more. Roll me another one. You're just getting constricted now. It's just squeezing you tight.
25.
Okay, and it's another 6.
Okay. Well, not loving this constriction so much. Thank you for readying that accent.
That's why I readied the aid.
He's fine. Tulak, you're out.
All right. Bang! 5 points of force damage to the northmost creature.
Okay. Still up.
And then over the top comes another telekinetic projectile, smacking into the ooze. 27 to hit.
Yep.
23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Dead.
Ooh.
Only the constricting one remains.
And Tulak, free action, says, let him go, because you are about to die. And I don't have anything else from my other action, so that's it.
And the ochre jelly with 0 languages and the mindless trait continues its grab. Krucka, it's your turn.
Oh, I thought it would have had a moment of self-realization. Instead, he will unarmed straight attack to get out of there, and hopefully Azori can spring him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. It's a reaction for you, Azori. Roll what you think you're going to do to help with this.
Well, he's rolling an armed strike, so don't I have to roll an armed strike?
Well, here's a good time to discuss something we've talked about off mic before, but it hasn't really come up for a while. I'm a fan of homebrew rule. I haven't looked too far into it, but it kind of makes sense to me. I think the DC for what you need to do for an aid, we can go off someone on Reddit who's suggested this, should be the DC -5 to aid. And then you can sell me on any skill, really, of what you're going to use. You just have to sell that it helps with the thing you're eating. I'm not going to force you to match it. But, like, it's probably to your benefit to say, you know, match like the unarmed athletics or acrobatics that's involved with escape check. But if for some reason you have a way to sell any other skill, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I would love to sell you on acrobatics, but I don't know how she's going to backflip Krucka out of
Right, that's fair.
So she will just go with the unarmed strike, because that's also a plus 13.
Okay.
It's a 25.
25 versus the DC -5. That's a success.
Okay, success is +1 as usual.
So that's a 21.
Not going to do it, I'm afraid. Wasn't far off, though. Damn.
He'll try it again with a map -4. Nat 1.
Oh, no. Okay. One action left.
Yeah, he's just going to do it again. 18.
Nope. Stuck fast. I like to imagine, like, he's kind of like yanking on the pseudopod. It's wrapped around him, and you know, like, you just get your hand on top of something with someone else's hand, so you, like, both pull down together. Like, you gave that a try. You kind of, like, leaned in, but you just can't break it.
It's like a non-Newtonian fluid. Who's Newton?
If anything, it's the opposite, because it's like bludgeoning's the one thing it's not immune against, you know?
Her first 2 actions will be telekinetic projectile, bludgeoning. That's a 34 to hit.
That's it.
And 17 points of bludgeoning.
Yep.
And then she will again spend her 3rd action to aid Krucka in an escape check, should that be the direction he goes.
Oh, he goes.
Okay. Roll me some fortitudes there, Krucka.
34.
Critical success. You're good.
Nice. Okay, guess we're done here.
Oh shit, hold on. Juggernaut, Juggernaut, dude.
Oh, yeah, Juggernaut. So, but I didn't succeed any of them.
You succeeded all of them.
Oh, well, all of them were...
They were all half damaged.
Cool.
This is basic, so whatever damage you just took, you can have it all back, god damn it.
Okay.
I'll
take it.
That was a 6, a 7, and a 4. Roll me another one. Please fail this time.
28.
No, you're good. One more.
Great success. 25.
Ah, you're good. Krucka is not in the danger we thought. Tulok, what do you got? Damn it.
6 points of force damage.
Manifold missile.
And another stone comes flying down, 28 to hit, for 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Literally just beating a dead horse at this point. Let's go, Krucka.
Beating a dead jelly. 21, so that's 12, 14,
We're just skipping the attack rolls.
and 16.
Okay, yep. Got them all.
Oh, that's all damage. That's all damage. It was
I know.
all
I'm
damage.
just telling we're skipping the attack rolls. They're all wins. Zori, what do you got?
And 3 points Sonic.
And 3 points Sonic. Okay.
This is fun.
Is this
Probably
fun?
not good listening. Hey, listeners, you still out there?
No, we kind of needed the W.
Yeah, her first 2 actions, she'll telekinetic projectile for 32 to hit and 21 bludgeoning.
And 21 bludgeoning. Dead.
Finally.
Oh, amazing. Literally just like a painfully slow process. I meant to say, I do love the idea of like Krucka every time he hits, it's like boom, boom, with that echoing weapon.
Yeah.
Just
Except it's like this weird, like wet, like ripply sound coming from the jelly.
Yeah, it's a pretty low powered first level spell, but once I heighten it, it starts to increase by 1 damage. So every strike he hits is 2. Every strike he hits is 3, that kind of stuff. So it's a heighten plus 2. So if I heighten this to 3rd level, it's 2 sonic per strike. So
cool. Yeah, that can stack up pretty quick. Love little tidbits of damage that really add up. It's really fun.
As they're finishing up, bang! Tulok's not used to the manifold missiles one and claps another one into the ceiling.
Just batong, batong, batong. Just fire it off.
Oh, I swear this never happens.
Just the classic desk pop.
Eventually you quiet your wand.
Tulok sheathes his wand.
This is kind of kismet, but just like the last fight, as you destroy these things and they kind of like slump to the ground, they leave behind a couple of items.
Ooh.
In fact, they both each, I mean, one of the ones that split off, obviously, but the 2 originals both leave behind a set of robes.
Okay.
They're brightly colored linen that are covered in delicate embroidery, one of which is red embroidery and one of which is blue.
Oh, they probably ate our mage friends, the twins from the exposition.
Okay, Tulok folds over the robe into a little corner and gives Duffy a little taste. No, I'm trying to be delicate with him.
It's still a lot to consume at once. It's like a big blanket.
Fiber is important in your diet.
It's all the same, by the way.
Thank you, Duffy. Natural 20, 36.
Natural 20.
On the blue one.
You don't just identify one. You identify both because they are both energy robes. One is an energy robe of fire, and one is an energy robe of cold. What does that mean, you ask?
Yes.
Well, an energy robe of fire gives you a fire resistance 5 while wearing it. It also offers you a once per day 2-action command and interact activate, in which you speak a command word and the embroidered threads in the robe glow vividly. The fire one gives you a plus 30 status bonus to speed for 1 minute as flames shoot up behind you to speed you up.
Plus the 30 status bonus?
You get plus 30, yeah. The robes of cold, when activated, also obviously giving you resistance to cold, you gain the effects of water walk for 1 minute as you momentarily flash freeze the surface of water as you walk across it.
Wow.
And before the question is asked, yes, you can wear these over your explorer's clothes.
What about over armor?
Yeah, why not?
So any one of us can wear these.
Yeah, I just don't want to force you to have to like transfer your runes over to this thing instead. I think you just overlap them.
Oh.
Would my rune overlap? Because mine is a visual property.
Has the visual property.
Well, it is a visual property. They're dreaded explorers' clothes.
Interesting.
So frighten enemies within 30 feet that can see me.
Dread rune? Is that what it is?
Yeah, this is a lesser dread.
The rune itself does have the visual traits, so I would say you're a bit out of luck there.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
However, I would allow you to transfer to the robes, but you'd have to take the time to do it.
Which I think is like
I didn't
5
think
days.
of that. Good call.
Okay. Well,
transfer is like a day.
For one rune though, like there's 2 on here because it's a +1 and a lesser dread.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're not gonna get too picky about that.
Yeah, well, unless we're taking 2 days off, or a day off, I'm
Sure.
here.
Yeah.
okay. In the meantime, Kraka, would you like one of these? Would you prefer to go fast or walk on water?
Well, ideally both, but let's go with fast. No, let's go with walk on water. He does have the bracers of dashing already.
Oh yeah.
All right, and Tulok will take the speed.
Do you not have Kreka, do you not have resistance to fire because of your dragon instinct? Is that not a thing? You just do damage, no resistance?
I don't think it's resistance, no.
I feel like maybe there's a feat you can get as that's dragon instinct only that allows it or something.
Oh yeah, no, raging resistance. You resist piercing damage and the damage type of your dragon's breath weapon. Yeah, I do have resistance to fire.
Is it equal to like your level or something?
Good question. Let me check.
Because that might actually... oh, wait. Raging resistance. You don't get
Plus
that till level 9.
3
That's
plus
why.
your con mod.
You
Oh,
don't get it till
okay,
level
yeah.
9. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I knew it was
when I
in
do,
there somewhere.
it's 3 plus your con modifier, which
Okay.
is huge.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So, yeah, I was just thinking that might not overlap, but, or rather, yeah, it wouldn't be as worth it, but it is for now.
Cool.
I will note these robes are large.
Yeah, this Foundry just loves the auto size based on the creature at this point, so they are not large. It's kind of a cool feature, but it's not accurate.
You know what I was thinking, Freeman, is that it would have been a really nice opportunity for you to give us a gift for having been on the podcast for 2 years last episode. If you had given us a level up.
Oh,
and I'm just saying it's not too late today.
Oh, okay.
A belated 2-year anniversary gift.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to search the room?
Yes.
Yeah, we handled that pretty quickly, so I'm not ready for treat wounds. But if you want to take some time to heal or search the room, I'd appreciate it.
Quite thoroughly. This is where the corpses have been yeeted to, and we need to find out why.
Yes. In fact, the adventure refers to this room as the dissection yeet chamber. And as you search around, you do come across a copy of a key you already have, the 4-pronged key. You don't need it anymore, but it is identical. You also search around and find that there is a few items. I'm going to reveal something on here. There's basically a dagger. There's a pick, a chain shirt, a steel shield, some caltrops, a spyglass, 10 feet worth of chain, a piton, actually 14 pitons. Ooh, lots of chain, actually. There's like 30 feet worth, so 3 daggers. I missed that. And most importantly, a professional set of fishing tackle.
Oh.
Which I'm sure Arthur would just love.
Yeah.
Izori was a boat person. Would she like them?
Ah, yes. Azori's ancestry is boat person.
Yeah.
If not background.
Sounds like somebody really struggling with Christmas presents. Zori is a boat person.
Way to diminish her life as a smuggler on the high seas. But that being said, there were 20 gold, so she will absolutely take it.
The rest is, mostly sellable at the end of the day, but
She's also going to take the spyglass.
Yeah, I was going to say Azori must already have a spyglass, but I saw her snatch that up rather quickly, so...
She does, but she left it on her ship in Absalom.
and I think spyglasses are pretty valuable.
20
20
gold.
GP, baby.
Yeah, that's no joke.
And 8 times farther. We can just go to the stairwell, pull out the spyglass, and drop a light pebble.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's only 40 feet down. You can see pretty clearly.
Okay, well, she can go fishing.
She can go fishing.
Nice.
The fucking vaults are a new boat, bitch.
The boat has a bumper sticker that says, "My other boat is a dimensional door."
Says, I'm a boat person.
Throw the rest of this shit in. Ask me about my professional fishing tackle. Throw the rest of that shit in Duffy, yo.
She'll also take the caltrops, because I actually really like caltrops.
Caltrops are fun.
Like
Yeah.
in real life or in the game?
No, in RPGs, I think they're a really interesting way to set traps and stuff like that. And I've I think this is the only campaign I've ever played where I didn't take them and use them.
That and James actually has Ninja Turtle phobia and puts caltrops at his windows every night.
I don't think that's true.
I literally tried to Google fear of ninjas and it came up as Ninja Turtle phobia.
Tulok chucks a bunch of metal objects into Duffy's mouth, and then they head south.
Oh, careful, you'll tear me at the seams.
Enjoy these 14 pitons, Duffy.
Imagine just pouring a literal bucket of pitons into a teddy bear, or like holding its mouth open.
This is
Pretty
so much
chill.
worse than that time you fed me a handful of nails.
Welcome to the party, buddy.
Ready for another
Duffy.
corpse?
Poor
Shit.
Duffy. Starting to feel bad.
He's kind of turned into a tortured victim, isn't he?
I mean,
Oh,
don't
God.
anthropomorphize your storage devices, folks. It does not end well.
This is Head Reaver's fault, and it's so funny.
Shout out Head Reaver, you sick
Shout
bastard.
out Head Reaver. Oh, God, love you.
And you made him cute, too. Okay.
Yeah.
Tulok heads to the southwest and feeling real fired up on our 2-year anniversary +1. Just
Oh, wait,
opens the door.
You guys did some healing, right? I'm just going to fast forward the time a little bit.
Oh,
I'll
I
be better
forgot
at
we were healing.
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
only took
I'll just-
30 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Going down, busting the door open, not even checking.
That's right.
What a rebel. All right, so you head down the south hallway back to the near where the tavern is, but you go into the double doors opposite the tavern. You crack the door open, and you see a room that has anchored shackles and fetters that line the north and west walls, and bloodstains that obscure the floor all over. At the east and south are 2 sets of double doors that lead to the room, and 2 steep staircases beside each of them. So, I'm sorry, one of these double doors is the one you're opening, that lead further down below. And in the corner of this room is this creature.
Oh.
Ooh. You nasty. Yikes. That's fucking gross.
And it is
Yeah.
backed into the corner. I don't know how to describe this creature, by the
Does
way.
it even have a back?
It's kind of backed into the corner with these like big, long, wretched claws. It's basically somewhere between a mash of flesh that's not gelatinous like the heaps, like the Shanrigals, but like tentacled and has these long arms, these long 3-fingered hands. It's got like a mouth inside of a mouth. It's so deformed and destroyed, and it's like got a rib cage kind of sticking out of one part of it, but it's not at all humanoid in its full shape.
It has enough humanoid or like features that I think this may have once been a human.
It actually is kind
Yeah.
of sad to look at. Because it has
oh, yeah.
sad eyes.
So I think this may have been one of the Rose Guard or something like that, like just backed into a corner, hidden away in this room. Maybe this is what happened to Otari after getting this far down or some shit.
No,
Yeah.
you know Otari died in the cave. You saw his body.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe not Otari.
It feels like this is just a halfway point to what they were going for, with the low end of that spectrum being the heaps that we just fought. This is like the next step up.
In any case, when you open this door, it sees you and just makes like a and just crunches its back against the wall. And like,
Oh, I
in
knew it was gonna be
complete
sad.
fear. By the way, listeners, this is a large creature. It is not small.
Tulok would like to use a perception check to determine what this guy's feelings are. No, just like, what is the word I'm looking for? Sense, like a sense motive.
You want a sense motive? Yeah.
Yes.
Perception check to sense motive. We can do that. Go ahead, roll your perception.
Ooh, I'll roll it. Okay, fine.
Why not?
Zori will sheath her rapier.
Well, it's a 2 on the die for an 11. So,
No.
you know what?
you
Hero
don't know.
point. Hero point. Hero point. Hero point.
Oh, he's hero pointing that. Okay.
Why? They're there to use. 25. A little better.
Okay. This thing is terrified. Absolutely terrified. You're not sure if it's of you, but it absolutely is just in a state of absolute fright.
Tulok, give me your robes.
We've only just met.
Tulok,
I
strip
mean
down.
the fire robe, so I can cover my dreaded armor, and perhaps we can approach this thing with diplomacy.
Okay. Tulok, seductive. No, Tulok takes off the robe and hands it to her.
Okay, so she'll cover her dreaded armor in the energy robe fire, just cycling through languages as she'll step into the room, one hand extended. We mean you no harm. We are from the surface. And she'll just cycle through all of her languages in case anything hits. So she starts with Aquan, Common, Elven, Kellish, Necral, Orcish, Osiriani, and Undercommon. And just
Jesus Christ.
You
Linguist.
you go down the list, and it's like every time you step in, it recoils, and then it's you step in, or you keep talking, it's like, and then you hit Elven, and it, and you're like, I mean no harm, and it pauses really abruptly when you say that.
she pauses as well and will attempt a diplomacy check.
Do you move forward again?
When it pauses, she'll pause. Like
Okay.
if that's what got, so with each language she stepped 5 feet forward.
Oh, with each language you step 5 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as you step there and you say it pauses, but I'm afraid it lashes out. We're gonna roll for initiative.
Okay.
It pauses and then it goes, "Ah!" and is starts wailing its tentacles all around, and this scream just echoes through the chamber. Let's go for it. What do you got?
Can I roll diplomacy?
Yes. Who's got initiative? Tulak?
29, baby.
Oh, Kreka?
19, baby.
Oh, Izori?
Also 29.
Oh, shit.
Baby.
Tiebreaker? Dex saves? Or dex bonuses?
Is it always Dex?
I don't know. That's what we're going with. That's what we did last time.
Well,
Mine's
we're both
plus
plus 4.
It's a roll off.
What did you roll your initiative with? I rolled perception plus 11.
Diplomacy plus 12.
How about that?
Sure. Izori's first. What do you got?
First action, she will interact to shred the fire robe, so her dreaded armor is now visible again, in case
Okay.
this thing is mechanically frightened.
Okay.
Second action, she will draw her rapier. And third action, she will ready a strike in case this thing strikes out. Was ready one action? Ready's 2 actions. Never mind.
Ready's 2 actions for a 1 action attack, yeah.
She will recall knowledge.
Okay. Occultism, please.
It's 29.
Yep. This is what is known as an Earn a Curse. This is one of the more particularly cruel and humiliating results from Fleshware practicing. It is what happens when you try it to an elf. It is known that drow take a special delight in doing this sort of one, especially to the surface dweller elves. Basically a deformed mass of misplaced limbs, loose flesh, and bony protrusions. And this one in particular, this is a unique bit, but this one in particular, you don't know why, is permanently frightened too, which effectively makes it a much weaker creature than it should be. That also will factor in a bit mechanically, I think, James, in that you may not be able to increase, but you also don't have to maintain its frightened condition. You get a regular success here, so I'll give you the fact that its highest save is Fortitude, and I'll let you ask for one more thing. What do you think?
Resistances.
There are no immunities, resistances, or weaknesses of any kind, so I'll give you another option. What do you think?
does it have any passives?
Dark Vision, the Fearful Curse, which is it's frightened 2, and it does have something called Mind Lash. Non-evil creatures hit by the tentacle of this thing will be overwhelmed with corrupted images of a ruined life. Will need to do a will save or become stunned. Stunned 2, in fact, or 4 on a critical failure. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, that is really brutal. Okay, so we know it's not mindless. That's great. Most of my spells will finally work. But that's her. That's all 3 actions. Is
okay.
Drop, draw, and recall.
Let me just throw out there that this almost immediately reminds you of the Velstrak. It's a cornered, rabid, terrified thing. Tulok.
Tulok's eyes follow his brand new cloak as Izori hurls it to the floor in a pile of blood.
And viscera.
Not to mention the dust.
So he will, without striding into the room, noticing the reaction to its hearing Elven, will attempt to make an impression? Or is that the... What can I use diplomacy for in combat? It is,
Not much, to be honest. A lot of it's like, you gotta take a minute to, like, you have like 10 minutes to talk. Yeah. You could make a flat, like, please don't hurt us kind of thing. I would allow that, but yeah, you know, that's what Izori was doing until it freaked out.
Yeah. Tulok is going to see if he can just get its attention. And in Elven, say, "You there. Please, can you speak? We wish you no harm. Come, treat with us." And that's a 32 in diplomacy.
It just continues to scream.
Get out that flask of fellowship.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I don't know if I want to approach it. So Tulok turns to Izori and says, "Take a step back. This creature doesn't seem to want to harm us, but it may." And Tulok will ready an action with his remaining 2 actions to... Can I ready an action for a spell for 2? You can't ready an action for a 2-action spell, correct?
No. I've kind of toyed with the idea of, like, it's like 2 actions to ready for 1 action.
Yeah,
I don't hate the idea of 3 actions for 2, but I guess it kind of depends on what it is, right?
I already rolled the diplomacy as my first action. Tulok is going to ready an action that if it moves forward, he will stride out of the room. Can I do that?
Okay. Sure. I'll allow that. Next up is the Urna Curse. With its reaction to the situation, it is going to start flinging tentacles at Izori. And these have a 20-foot reach. So cool. 2 come flying at you really quick. 29 and 32.
Yep.
You're going to take 17, followed by 19 slashing damage. This thing's brutal. And I need a will save for each of those, please.
13 for the first one.
Okay.
And an 18 for the second one.
Okay. It smacks you with both these tentacles, and your mind erupts in visions of your ship, the Pashman Lancier, being destroyed and pulled down into the ocean by a creature like a kraken, like the legendary kraken. Combined with, and this happens in a flash, combined with having to do the burial at sea of Samal yourself. And you have critically failed both times.
Cool.
You're stunned 4.
Oh my god.
And then this thing uses its last action to rend.
Oh, that's not good.
You take 23 more slashing damage.
Okay.
Are you looking this way? Jesus.
She went from 71 to 10 HP.
Oh, no.
So, not great.
Not great at all. So just so everyone knows, for every stunned, it takes away an action. So Izori's next turn is null and void. Krucka.
Okay. Shit. Krucka is going to stride into the room, seeing Izori getting hit like this. Stride 5 feet to the northwest of Azori, still 10 feet to the east of the creature. Fly into the rage and throw a hammer. Maybe draw its attention a little.
It is going to lash out as you approach with an attack of opportunity with a 27 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, you take 21 slashing, and I need a will save, please.
16.
You are stunned 4.
Oh my god.
Holy
As you critically
shit.
fail.
So it doesn't even get to the rage. That would be...
Hold on. Let me just double check something, because I want to make sure that Foundry is doing this calculation right on the DC, as I don't quite trust it.
Okay, also to be clear, Kruka, stunned only comes into effect when your actions are distributed, which is at the top of the round, so you still have this turn.
Okay.
Is that how that works?
Well, it indicates how many total actions you use, so each time you regain actions, you would reduce the number regained by your stunned value.
But you can't act while stunned.
So, okay, maybe not. So that would null this turn, and then the next turn, and then one more, because his stun wouldn't be reduced until the top of the next turn.
Yeah.
This would just cut his turn off, unless you want to
Okay.
rule. Or at least that's how it reads to me.
Yeah. Give me a quick sec. So the DC normally of this is 28. It is reduced by 2. It's 26. So yes, you critically failed with a 16. I just want to make sure that Zori did as well.
it was a
Go
5
back
on
and
the
check
die.
those.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So
My highest one was at 18.
and let me just quickly review stunned and make a call on that, because this isn't from what you've read, doesn't seem to account for a reaction applying it. So we want to make a call on that. Stunned. You've become senseless. You can't act while stunned. Stunned usually includes a value, which indicates how many total actions you lose, possibly over multiple turns, from being stunned. Each time you regain actions, such as the start of your turn, reduce the number you regain by your stun value, then reduce your stun value by the number of actions you lost. For example, if you were stunned 4, you would lose all 3 of your actions on your turn, reducing to stunned 1. The next turn you lose 1 more, blah, 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 blah. That's all very obvious. Stunned might also include a duration that's longer, such as a minute, which lose all your actions. Override slow. So if you were stunned 1, okay. Yeah, it straight up does not account for the fact that this is a reaction.
That's why this is so fucking brutal.
This is so brutal. However, it doesn't make sense to me that you would keep your actions for this turn, but it also doesn't make sense to me that you would lose all these and then stun 4 comes into account. So I'm going with, you have 2 actions left. You move. Well, did you rage first or did you move first?
No, I moved first and then it was going to rage, so it would
Okay.
be 1 action to move.
Okay, so I'm actually going to move you back 5 feet. Because this is a spot in which you would have been struck. You did not get rage off.
Okay.
And you would be stunned 4, but I'm going. You have 2 actions left, so I'm going to make you stunned 2.
That does not make me feel a lot better, but makes me feel better.
To me is the most fair. This is unbelievably dangerous. Regardless, it is Azori's turn. Her stunned goes down by 3. Fucking Foundry automated that. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Tulok.
Tulok will stride to behind Izori, grab her by her jacket,
Scarf.
and
Yeah.
pull her from the room.
Azori in one hand, robe on the floor on the other.
We're leaving the robe. He glances over his shoulder.
I'll let you have it for free. Come on, drag them both.
He glances over his shoulder at the robe as he himself has to step on it to save Izori.
Yeah, and I would say you move with difficult terrain to just drag her, like she's like, you kind of get her leaned on you, feet like heels like on the ground, like stunned, and you're just like dragging a drunken friend out of the bar.
So let's say I can drag. So if it's difficult terrain, essentially I can drag her 10 feet.
Yeah, because you have one action move in. You can move twice. So you can move 20 or yeah. 20 feet.
Okay,
total.
so it doesn't take an action to grab her.
No, I'll give you that for free. That's fine. This is too hairy of a situation. I
Okay,
don't think
so-
you're not, because you're not grabbing her. You're not trying to grapple. You're just latching on and going.
So, Izori, you would be just outside of the door.
Thanks. I'm trying to find a ruling on being stunned from a reaction, and I don't see anything other than you lose that turn, and then you lose actions after, which is cool.
Yeah, I've done it as fairly as I can imagine.
No, I'm on board with your ruling. I can't
Yeah.
see anything to support it at all, which is
Right. The creature is now up again and is going to. I mean, it's shit. It's gonna attack Kruka.
Okay.
God, I don't feel good about this. 26.
That's
Roll me 14 damage. Roll me a will save. Visions of your hut are being destroyed in the forest by marsh giant. The marsh giant that you took down when we did
Jesus.
the MacGuffin. What'd you get?
18.
That is a fail, but that's a stun too. It doesn't stack. Next one, follow up, is a 32 to hit.
That's a hit.
That's 21 damage. Roll me another will save.
Not 20.
Oh, very good. I actually didn't need to do this. After attempting a save, you're immune for 24 hours. So it's a one and done. It's brutal, but it's a one and done. However, it hit you twice, so it is going to rend, and you're going to take 20 more damage.
Oof. Not looking hot.
It is your turn. Stun 2 falls off. You have one action.
Book it.
And you book it the hell out of this room. And I think that's what we're going to call it.
Wait.
What? What do you got?
Tulok meets its fucking horrific gaze. And will cast Phantasmal Killer, just attempting to try to put it out of its misery.
Okay.
Will save, please.
23.
Okay. Regular failure, not a critical failure, which I was hoping for. It takes 32 points of damage.
Oh, that's a big hit. And this vision of... I mean, I'm not quite sure if you see it, Tulok, but this
No.
vision of what can only be described as infernal malediction that comes straight from the Avenger, by the way. It has been tortured and teased and prodded and poked beyond belief and recognition by devils. It sees infernal torture in its mind as you cast this. And when that vision disappears and its mind is reeling with all of that pain you just caused with fucking Phantasmal Killer, it turns its gaze back at you, Tulok. You're trying to look at its eyes and it looks at you with fear, sadness. You could see tears rolling down its deformed face. And that's what we're going to call it.
Sad.
Brutal. Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.